let's get this going. Let's see if anyone files in. Let's lower some music. What's going on, everyone? Those of you watching on the replay, since I just went live about a second ago. And, let me just get this ahead. Let me just get this out there. I am sick. I've been sick. This is probably my second day where I can actually speak. Give me a second here. Just want to make sure I'm good to go. You would think I would be ready, but I never am. I'll just check with YouTube to see if I'm actually live or not. Because sometimes the software will tell you, like, oh yeah, you are live, and then you're not. So just give me a second here. And then we could talk about some crap. Everyone knows the crap. When people are like, you're talking about the drama. You say we're gonna talk about the drama. Hey, STFU, okay? We're gonna just talk. Hey, what's going on? Hey, people are rolling in. I guess I am live. Woohoo! Thank you to all 2 of you, 3 of you that are here. Yeah, we got lots to say, and I'm gonna try and talk as much as I can. Once my voice completely kicks out, I am done. Even if we're at the peak of the conversation or something, I'm gonna try my best here. Okay, I haven't been able to talk for a few days. Let me just take some medicine real quick. Okay. Okay, that's good. Hopefully everyone's okay with the red. Okay, my eyes. I'm trying to go for a hellish vibe right now because that's how I felt for the past couple of days. But enough about that. Hey, Harley Quinn. Everyone already knows what's going on. I think, like always, I'm late to the party. I'm the last one to talk about the whole warrants and the back and forth and everything. And what it boils down to is, in my opinion, this isn't, facts. This is just opinions that a majority of people agree with. Do you have the flu? I don't know what I got. Okay, I've been sick for a while. I actually called into work, which I never do. Even when I had to go to the ER, I was at work before and after my ER visit. I didn't even miss any time there. So with this flu, it was really bad. Okay. Without covering what's already been covered by multiple people, I mean, Kat T have talked about it, Haim has talked about it. Apparently, from what someone told me yesterday, Manny threw his hat in the ring of all this, and got nothing against the guy. We see differently on issues, but we don't attack each other for. That's fine. I think Frank is the only one who hasn't thrown his hat in there, and I think he's just waiting for the right moment because Frank likes to shit the stick. He's gonna say some stuff at some point. He likes to say comments like that. Thank you, Patty Cakes. I want to take. How do I word this? How do I word this? Let's take the individuals out of the situation. Okay, let's not look at Ophelia. Let's not look at Cecilia. Let's look at person A and person B. Look, person A is this person who has a YouTube platform. And we're going to speak on what has happened, not what people feel has happened, how people feel about the situation. We're going to talk about what has happened. Okay, we got person A. Person A. I'm just going to use that. We got person A, person who is on YouTube multiple times a day, who I guess you could say has the known tendency to be controversial. whether that's attacking someone or making statements to, grind people's gears and stuff like that. And that's kind of the hustle of some people when they're online. They would rather be talked about. The way they see it is like, even if they talk about me negatively, they're still talking about me, and it's just the joy of being mentioned and being in other people's mouths. Okay, so we got person one, who is known for having this kind of personality. I don't think there would be anyone that would say that this person doesn't like to speak her mind and doesn't like to. There's no one that will say that she doesn't speak her mind. There's no one that will say that she plays it safe. She likes to say things and she knows how to get a rise out of people. And she's not the only one here. But we're just saying person one is this type of person who somehow finds a way to turn any situation, whether it's positive or negative, against or for them, into content. It's the name of the game. Content is the name of the game. And person A and person B have been feuding for what, like 2 years, maybe a little bit more. Person B is also known for being on social media a lot, likes to talk the cheese man, likes to make comments. Both individuals make their comments. Person B had a loss in the family, her immediate family. Her person B's son, is no longer with us. Person A decided to not, in her eyes, make light of the situation and mock, joke, make comments about it. So person B decided to do a little bit of mocking, like, hey, like, if this is the game we're gonna play, you mock, my son, I mock your son. So both of them did do the same thing in a way. They both mocked. This person A sound like Amlo. Hey, Sas. But what it gets down to is the level of morality between what happened. Both not cool. Like, something I wouldn't do, they do it, that's on them. I'm not, I'm no one to like slap their hand or anything like that. I'm just speaking on it. But I think we could agree that there was one level that was a lot more severe on when it came to the mocking and the bashing, whereas the other one was more like what we see online already, which was like nothing new with the back and forth. So I see it like that. I don't know if anyone agrees that, like, okay, yes, both people did go after each other's sons, but there was one level that was severe, like a lot more severe than the other one. So I feel that person A, person one, I don't know, are we still using numbers or letters? Person A took this as an opportunity to file charges on person B. Suddenly it's a harassment. Suddenly it's a crime. Suddenly, things are going too far if they're talking about my son. Whereas, I mean, I think we were past the point of going too far a long time ago, months ago. So now person two has a warrant for doing the exact same thing person one was doing, even if it's at a lower level. And person one is just sitting back, sipping their coffee, basking in their newfound victimhood. And this is kind of like just a reverse Uno complex. You could be an awful person, you could push people around, but then the second that it comes back your way and you realize, hey, I don't like this doesn't feel good, you scream for help and you call the police and stuff like that. Like, I no, I do not want to update. And I don't know, the way I see it, like looking at it, like big picture, not looking at it like, yeah, I talk to Cecilia sometimes, but we're not like buddies. We're not talking all the time. Like, we do a majority of our talking on the lives, and then that's about it. Like, we don't talk to each other outside of it that much. And if it is, it's just she has questions regarding like social media or um issues like with her YouTube, or like little questions and stuff like that. It's nothing big. But looking at this big picture, like, no attachments to anyone involved, no pretending that this is like two other people and just putting the same situation on people where you have no connection to. Like, you gotta be like, you gotta say like, okay, yeah, this is a little, what am I at, 10 minutes? I'm already at 10 minutes, so this is a little fucked up, is what I'm trying to say. And the message I get from this, because I wanted to go live yesterday, but yesterday my voice was a lot worse than it is right now. So I was, doing some, writing. I like writing and coming up with, points, because I don't like to just talk out of my ass. I've said it a lot of times before. If you want to be a villain and you want to decide, okay, yes, I'm going to go after anyone who speaks about me, I'm going to go after anyone who talks about my family, I'm going to go after this. Like, if that's going to be your role, whether you're person A or your person B, like, if you're going to be the villain, you got to commit to the role. You gotta, if you're going to play the part of a cruel person, a heartless bully, don't expect any sympathy or people to have your back once someone wants to go toe to toe with you. Once someone plays the game you're playing right back at you, you can't cry foul. Because, like, the only thing worse than a bully, and here, you could quote me on this. You quote me on this, I'll probably put it on a t-shirt. The only thing worse than a bully is a bully who calls the police. Okay, this is the same situation, and I'll bring it to like middle school shenanigans, because this is pretty much just an evolved level of that. It's like when the schoolyard bully, who's known for giving wedgies, wet willies, swirlies. What else would I give people? Um, Indian burns, scorpions, like that bully. You know that person. But then the second like a new kid comes into school, or someone finally stands up to that bully and pushes him back, he goes straight to the principal's office or the teacher, saying, teacher, they hurt me, they hit me, like, it's not fair. Like, come on, if you could dish it out, like, you could at least take it back. Like, if you can't, they say if you can't take the heat, get out of the kitchen. The way I see it, and what I should have titled my video, I'll probably go and title it after, is if you can't take the heat, stop setting fires. I think that's a pretty good way of seeing it. Let me look at the comments. Person made it very clear that this is the warrant all about her. She thought he's her son. Hey, Sundowns, what's going on? Haven't seen you in a while. I haven't seen you in a very long time. I'll leave that there for a while, because apparently you're supposed to protect people's feelings in the comment section. And like, I have nothing against Ophelia. Like, she's gone after me, and really, if the whole thing boils down to it, me and Ophelia were cool. I would call her show. She would ask me for stuff. Nothing financially, because she made that very clear that I was never a true supporter because I never gave money. That just kind of fills in what the definition of support is for her. But I would be there and I would help her. I would give, my advice and stuff like that when it was coming to the whole Vanessa stuff. And I would talk to Annette a lot back then too. But then when I decided to do a live, because I was like, okay, some things have gone too far. Like, we can't like just let this go. So I did a live where I had Frank call in, I had Ophelia call in, and people were commenting things about Ophelia, and she didn't like it. And that's when this whole back and forth started between me and her. It's not really a back and forth, because I never go after her. I never like do videos on her. I'm just talking about this whole situation right now. But at the same time, people were in the comments talking shit about Frank, and I was cracking up, and I was posting, whatever the comment was, if it was about Frank or if it was about Ophelia, like, it was entertaining, and I always liked being like, hey, you can say what you want in here, even if you want to bash me, I'm not going to delete you. Like, I don't think I've deleted anyone or blocked anyone. Like, I believe in freedom of speech. If you want to talk shit, you could talk shit, and you shouldn't be in trouble for it as long as you're not harassing or threatening or anything. And that's when we could get into the Texas laws about this, because there's a lot of misconceptions about what laws were broken and stuff, and I haven't seen the warrants. I'm interested in seeing them, but I'm not going to make the effort to go and get copies of them or anything. Like, Celia, if you're watching this, or if someone sends this to you, like, if you ever get a copy of it, send it to me. I want to read it, because I used to enter warrants into the system, into the TCIC, which is the Texas database, and the NCIC, which is the national database. I used to be the one who would enter those warrants in, so I'm used to reading them, figuring out what it really means and stuff like that. Like, I would really like to break it down and explain it here on camera, but I'm not going to go through the effort or anything like that, because in the end, like, it's affecting Cecilia and her family, and I do feel empathy towards that, but I'm talking about the people who really don't have platforms, but yet they're on every single one, regardless of what time it is. I'm not one of those. I'll jump on Cat T's page every now and then, but that's only because I'm at work, not at home. Like, on my weekends, I'm not watching the lives or anything like that. We're allowed to have our opinions, yes, and people can be mad about the opinions, but that they shouldn't, start a fight with us because of our opinions. I have my opinions on Jaime. I have very strong opinions on him and the things he does and the way he goes about things, but that doesn't mean I'm going to go after him constantly or every week or anything like that. He has his opinions on me. He's tried baiting me a few times to come after him and have a back and forth just for views, but it's not worth it, because why are you going to care about the opinion of someone who isn't at your level? I think that's what everyone needs to remember about this. Ophelia's talked about me, Velda's talked about me, Jaime's talked about me, Glow's talked about me. There's been times where my wife has been thrown in there. There's times on Glow's profile where my daughter was thrown in there, but I don't rebuttal. I don't need to. I'm not saying like I'm on the top of the food chain or anything like that, but I do think that I am a little bit, call me cocky or whatever, but I feel like I'm a little bit higher to where I don't have to rely on the everyday, the daily back and forth, repeating the same story every single day. Because how many times have we heard the same story that pretty much everyone's pushing? I don't like that. I get bored with that. And that's why I'll disappear for like a month or two at a time, because I'd rather talk about something when there's something worth talking about, like this. I felt like this was enough to bring me out and talk. But yeah, we are allowed to have our opinions. Sundance. But people can't take it. People are so sensitive to where if they're not being liked by someone, they're automatically seen as an enemy. Like, some people want to have patty cakes. Where I live, I call my police department. They say, hey, someone's harassing me. Reach out to the other person, talk to them. Quit. Yeah, honestly, from what I'm gonna feel like ancient. Back in my day, when I would see this at the police department where I worked, there would be, people who would call in wanting to file reports on, what they're deeming online harassment, when it isn't. It's freedom, freedom of speech protects that. And that's pretty much what the officer would do. The officer would be like, okay, we'll get their information. They would make contact. If they're within the city, they'll make contact in person. If they're not within the city, then it would be, over a phone line. Uh, Try and come to a resolution. That's what the police should do. And then if it continued, then like okay, a report will be filed, but it wouldn't be no damn warrant. There would have to be like a continuous string of reports that were similar in nature, not just oh, this person called me this, this week, but then 2 weeks ago they went and made a joke about my car, and then they went and made another joke about my cat this week. Like no, it has to be like a constant like bickering at the same thing. Hey, what's up, Danny? Yeah, this. And this is across the board. This is multiple people. So like, oh, but I don't care. But let me tie up about 30 minutes of, YouTube time and talk about why I don't care or how I don't care. You're taking up more than like 1 minute of your time to address it. Obviously shows that it bothers you because it gives you 30 minutes worth of content to talk about. Which is why when they talk about me, I don't go and fucking do rebuttals. Like, what am I gonna do? Like, some people will see things their way, and no matter what you tell them, no matter how correct you are, no matter how many points you make, no matter even any kind of legal kung fu you use to prove the point, it's not gonna matter. And it took me a while to learn that because I didn't always have this mindset. It took me a while to learn that, but then eventually I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna argue with a stone dumbass wall. I'm just gonna, let them talk because in the end, their opinion doesn't affect me. I would have to try very hard to give a damn enough to make a rebuttal or anything like that. I don't understand how Raymond PD works. They only listen to one person's side. Is Punky here? Oh shit, Punky's here. I have Punky here. I'm excited. What's up, Punky? Okay, gotta make these last couple of points quick because my voice is already going again. Use Apple. She said this would affect her son for the rest of his life. She forgets what she put up. So, yeah. Yeah. But then, like, that just shows the proper way it should have been handled. Yes, it probably bothered Frank. But I don't think it was to the point where he's gonna cry about the opinion of Ophelia and have her opinion affect his life. Because, I mean, there are two different points in their lives, and I don't think it mattered. It's more like, brush along the way, which is a brush away, because that's what I feel this should have been like when she was going after Cecilia's, son. Yeah, Cecilia took like a while break, like she was mourning, like of course. But I could be wrong, but I don't think Cecilia went crying to the police. I think Cecilia said, like, if this is the game we're gonna play, let's play this game. If you want to try and get to me, I'll try and get to you back. And I mean, I think it kind of shows that Cecilia won that battle for, the white flag to be waved and, the police to be called. That's just my opinion there. What's up, Danny? But I don't know. Like, I would want to speak because I know there's people who think that Ophelia hasn't done any wrong, and I would like to like just talk. It doesn't even have to be on live or anything. Like, I just want to hear their reasonings because this is going to be decided by, like, a jury of one's peers. But right now we're kind of running the court of public opinion. So, like, I just want to hear what's one thing that someone says. I guess we got away from person A and person B. Yeah, like that was just like looking at the situation, but now that we're kind of like getting into the actual details of it, like we have, person A and person B. Like I'm not scared of using fucking names. I never have. I don't use nicknames. I don't hide behind any of that. Like you've never had me, call Ophelia by the names or Jaime by the names or Frank by the names he has. Like I've always just addressed them as, individuals. I at least have that level of respect for them to address them by their real name, even though they want to call me, digital dumb nuts or anything. It's not like I use anything like that. Um, let me see what I was looking at here. Exactly. And this tarnishes like any reputations, like of anyone wanting to grow, like change and do something different. Um, which is the problem I fucking ran into so many times, and it frustrates me because every time I try and rebrand, like this is what my channel is known for. Like this is what it's known to talk, like about the drama, clearing some things out, giving my opinion, giving my point across, and it sucks because I spend a lot of time doing other types of videos, and to be honest, I'm still proud. No matter how many drama videos I've done, my top two videos have nothing to do with the drama, and like that just makes me want to go and do it. And that's why if you didn't see my previous video, like I have a second channel that is going to be more focused on like my hobbies, my things that I like, so that way I could just keep this digital dimwit to do lives like this, so that way you could have two different ones. And what a lot of people think, because I've spoken to a few people who you like using fake names and stuff like that, and I say like, well, why are you scared to use someone's real name? Why do you call Ophelia by this? Like, why do you address her as this when you could address her like as her name? And across the board, people say like it's either A, to like humiliate and make fun of them, and then the second point is because a lot of people feel that they can't have it held against them, like if it ever goes to court, because you could just say like, oh well, I was talking about this character I made up, this whatever dumb nuts character that I made up. Purple monkey's working on stuff from what I hear. The thing is, when you get to court, even though you used fake names, if it could be traced back or shown that like, oh well, by calling this person digital dumb nuts, this is actually this person, because this person goes by digital dimwit, he's known for this, he's known for having a back and forth with this person, so this, when you're referring to this for this point forward, we're going to refer to digital dumb nuts as digital dimwit in the report. And then it goes all over, as long as it can be proved. And I mean, there's not really a lot of clever nicknames around here. There's really like no point. So if anyone's using the fake names to try avoid getting in trouble or using initials or anything like that, I mean, it's really no good. It's such a shame that a handful of streamers, content creators overshadow some wonderful content creators. It goes Texas is about, yeah. But at the same time, look at the size of these creators. I mean, you got me with like 1,000 and some. Like, I know I'm not big. I never claimed to be big. I've already accomplished what I want to accomplish with my channel. So whatever happens, happens. But then you got like what? Jaime has like 5K. I think Ophelia has like 5K. I think Cecilia just crossed 2K. Which is good for them. Congratulations on all their accomplishments on that. But when you have like, I don't know, a dog's YouTube channel who has like 1 million, like, is it really a big deal? is this drama thing really that big of a deal to take up so many people's times, lives, part of their days? When we're not looking at influencers, we're looking at like micro influencers, like, very small scale here. When you look at the size of what actual influencers are, that's why I think it's no big deal. I think that's why YouTube doesn't really look, because to them, they look at, oh, 5,000 subscribers. That's pretty cute. There's people who start a channel and get that like in a week. I always show a lot of support towards my cousin. He was able to get he got like 4,500 subscribers on YouTube like in under a year, and not once mentioned anything about drama, which is, I'm trying to follow in his footsteps, which is why that's where my second channel is going to go, since that grew a lot faster than we had anticipated. Pamela, what's going on? How can someone be harassing someone if someone's being harassed and doesn't feel like they're being harassed? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. There's a streamer who does streams every day called Sophia Chu. I don't know if anyone's ever like followed her or anything. People would hate watch her because that's what a lot of this, streaming back and forth is. It's hate watching. It's not supports. That's why you'll see hundreds of views and like 17 likes, or not even like any real comments after the fact the video already finished. A lot of it's hate viewing, hate watching. Well, this streamer, she would get hate watched a lot because she would say controversial things, because she would piss a lot of people off just with, her attitude, to where people complained about her, didn't like her so much. She got kicked out of her apartment. Her and her family got kicked out of their apartment. She went to go live at a hotel. She got kicked out of that hotel, and now she's doing live streams from her car because her and her mom live in her brother's car. Like, I think that's a much bigger level than what's going on with all this. Yeah, I mean, I've put on a wizard hat a bunch of times on my streams before. I have a very nice wizard hat that was like fucking expensive. Like, that thing is a beautiful hat. Maybe I'll go get it later on and show it off because I'm proud of my wizard hat. Yeah, and when you look at, I'm talking about the hat. I'm not talking about what it was used for. I'm not talking about what, how it ended up in a police report or anything like that. If you know Disney, which I do, I've gone to Disney World multiple times. Do I have it? No, I don't have it here. But that hat is from Disney's Fantasia. That is one of the most popular souvenirs you will see in Disney World. Mickey's, it's Merlin's hat actually, but it's from Fantasia. One of the most popular souvenirs you will see. I know I even have that plush with that hat on there. Like, I don't think, like, it could have been it was like a little tongue-in-cheek kind of moment, but at the same time, like, I'm pissed that I don't have that hat. I would show off that hat. I would wear that hat. I would make, videos with that hat. Yeah, and who fucking cares? I mean, it's a hat. So you're gonna sue Disney for the hat? No. Like, if you can't keep your feelings in check, I mean, maybe the internet's not for you. Let me see. Where is? Give me a second. Not anymore. Disney gonna cancel it. No, Disney's not gonna cancel that. They used to have a building in the shape of that hat. Disney Animator Studio used to be in the shape of that blue Merlin's cap. Give me a second. And where Disney's gonna cancel it. They would. I swear I had. I thought I had that hat somewhere too. No, like, perfect example. I'm a huge fan of Power Rangers. I put it up there. If someone starts mocking them, I'm not gonna cry and say like, "Oh, well, they're making fun of the Power Ranger helmets just because I have them and I like them because they're associated to me." Like, I'm not gonna go and take that as a thing. I'm like, okay, yeah, you're gonna hit me where it hurts. Fine, like good one. Sas, good point. Disney's gonna receive a cease and desist for the fucking hacks. Oh my god. I wish there would be an attempt on that. Like, I don't know. I think at one point I even had a popcorn bucket of the hat because Disney every month they release popcorn buckets at their parks, and I think one of them was the hat one year that I had. My live is gone or not? Okay. And we're not here to bash Ophelia because she gets upset when people talk about her in the comments. Okay, I don't think that thick skin is developed for her yet to, any kind of criticism. Change color because I'm going to sue you. You're trying to say that ocean red. No. Like, I like this red. We could change it a little bit. Let me see. There we go. What are you drinking tonight? This is a brand new one that just came out. A blue Hawaiian. It's actually very good. I don't like Monsters and I don't like Red Bulls because they have very low levels of caffeine. At this point, you could just drink like a big Mountain Dew and get the same amount of caffeine as you would like a small Red Bull or a small Monster. But when they come out with a good flavor, I kind of fixate on it for a while. The glasses. I'm giving up my age to leaders wear a parody like Carol Burnett. Oh, love Carol Burnett. I think that was the origin of The Simpsons, and she did not get any credit or profit in any way after The Simpsons came big, even though it was like on her show. Oh, I thought you were saying, Danny. I thought you were saying FM. I was all like, oh, okay, cool. Like, what the fuck that happened to him? Freedom of speech. Like, I could say anything I want as long as I'm not directly going at you, and that's the thing for what was that word? For like online harassment, it has to be like through direct communication. So I don't think the warrant was for that. my opinion here, because um, Texas Penal Code 42 .07 Section A, it has to be direct. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And just to show that there's nothing wrong, this is my wizard hat. My wizard hat's a lot better than Cecilia's. Okay. So Cecilia could eat a bag of you know what, because my hat's better than hers. I do like this one. It's a very expensive wizard hat that I will wear as we talk about this drama stuff. But I'm going back to red. Oh shit, this is orange. There we go. But like I was saying, with my hat takes up more space than I do, and I take up a lot of space as it is. All right, this is more of a mage. I'm gonna say I'm a mage. Okay. Level 47 mage on World of Warcraft right here. Also level 32 warlock. So in Dungeons and Dragons. So back off me. Oh, me and Manny are gonna go at it now. What's up, Manny? Welcome to the channel. And I think me and Manny are a good example of how to just be civil on there. Like, there's things I do that he doesn't like. There's things he does that I don't like. But that's not going to mean that, we're going to create a daily show for some, just going after each other, saying the same things, bashing each other the same way. It's just, you know what? There's enough internet for both of us. We don't have to spend all the time just at each other's throats. We could share the same people. There's enough to go around. Like, I know there's some people who enjoy both of our content. Doesn't mean we have to fight, because what this is, and I've said this to somebody, that it feels like everyone's just fighting for the same group of supporters. Like, all these people used to be over here, now they're over here, so I'm going to talk bad about them because I want them back on my side. And these people took my views and my supporters, I'm going to go after them because I want the supporters back. That's how it's been going. Oh, I got more lights back here. I got a shitload of lights. I just don't like my lights. Trigger is an understatement. Manny, you're gonna end up on the Halloween special now. Lucky son of a bitch. I never got on the Halloween special. I'm a little bit sour about that. What do I gotta do? Do I need to like stream some shows in order to get on the Halloween special? Man, y'all are showing your age with Jamiroquai. But what was I talking about? 4207 Section A. It has to be direct contact, and there wasn't any direct contact. Comments were made. There was, some mocking, but mocking itself is not enough for any charges. What I think it was is possibly a defamation case, and they're gonna try, and this is my theory here based on what I know, think it's gonna be like a little bit of defamation, and they're gonna try and claim a hurt reputation in the public eye. But even that like doesn't hold a lot. Like that's very because it's hard to, when it comes to defamation versus just opinions. Like it has to be like a true fact that a false fact that you're throwing out there versus just saying whatever. David's law when it comes to cyberbullying, I think that's only for kids in like school. Um, if the mocking's repeatedly over and over again, you could claim like not stalking, but like that you're in fear of your life, and charges could probably be made on that. Um, if the victim fears for their safety, but just being worried about your safety is not big. It has to be like a severe, it has to be like a severe level to where there are like mental tests that have been done that show you are suffering from PTSD and you are truly being affected to this, not just hurt feelings or bothered. There has to be like a pattern that just really shows that your life has been altered since these videos started happening. Now, if this is something that you try and prove after the warrant has been filed, that's where it gets a little bit trickier, because then it looks like you're trying to manipulate the system. Whereas you would have had to have these established before you went and filed charges to show as proof or to support your argument that this is creating PTSD or harassment for the victim in question. Oh, yeah. Apparently, Manny lays pipe more than the plumber. I mean, I've heard that women have crushes on him, but not that he's fucking slain. Oh. So yeah, I don't know. Those are my thoughts on what I think the charges on that warrant actually are, and where, like, how it's gonna end up in court. Because it's easy for someone to claim fear for my life, PTSD, to claim suicidal tendencies, but it's another thing to get into court and say, okay, where is the proof of this? And then just saying like, oh, well, this made me very sad. That's not enough. That's not a severe case that would qualify for like that warrant or charges to actually be filed. No, because this is not a wizard's hat. Wizard's hats point straight up. This is a mage's hat. Okay. And if it was hooded, it would be a warlock. I know my shit. I play Dungeons and Dragons. I have Dungeons and Dragons on my shelf somewhere. I know my shit. Okay. Level 37 on World of Warcraft also. Yeah, bitch. This hat was fucking expensive too. I think it was like handmade. Yeah, this shit was handmade. There's like no tag or anything on it. What else? What else? And yeah, that's the only way it could actually be upgraded to a felony if someone claims that like they're getting PTSD and stuff off of this. Otherwise, it's just a misdemeanor. If anything, it's a 2B class misdemeanor, which is like $2,000 fine, which is nothing. I'm sure Cecilia raised that alone in like the first day she mentioned this. Oh, don't worry. Someone's saying that they're watching from the outside because they're scared to comment. It's all right. If you don't feel comfortable, like, or like you want to, you don't have to comment. My wizard hat is limp. No, because you're supposed to store stuff in here. Suicidal Tendencies, awesome band. Okay. I think I'm gonna have to end it here. We could come back later once I feel better, but my throat's already reached its limit. This is the most talking I've done all week. Because it could be a Hobbit hat, yes. Like I feel like I need to have multiple conversations now with people who don't want to comment on my live. All right. Thanks y'all for stopping by. If you're here for the first time, go ahead and subscribe if you want to have conversations like this. Also, don't forget I am opening up my second channel pretty soon where it is going to be more of type of videos I want to do, and this will just be open for when I want to talk shit. Y'all have a good one. Go watch whoever you want's lives, make your own opinions for yourselves, and just don't go based on the opinions of what the majority of the people in the audience says. That's all I gotta say. My throat's